Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Stewart Title. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. Total Care. PBJ Mortgage. And by Team Watson Redeemers. The Community Difference Frisco.
To serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of the Community Difference Frisco show. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm going to unofficially call this the opening day version of Community Difference Frisco. As you may or may not know, it's MLB opening day, hence why I'm wearing a Rangers hat and a Cubs jersey, because the Rangers are playing the Cubs today for opening day tonight at 6:30. Looking forward to a Cubs victory. I know I'm going to piss off a lot of people by saying that, but we will see. So more to come on that, but welcome to the show. Thanks for watching today. Looking forward to today's show. We have a lot of awesome guests, and we have some guests in the sports realm. So we'll leave it there. We'll tease it with that. If you haven't seen the show before, what we are, we're a community-based show. We're putting spotlights on business owners, entrepreneurs, local community leaders, politicians, Frisco ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, which we have well represented here today with our guests. And, Sports City USA is Frisco, right? So we have sports representation on the show, in addition to, the MLB garb that I'm wearing today. So like I said, more to come on that, but why don't we bring in our guest, London, and our co-host and say hello. What's up, everybody? How we all doing?
Hello. Good.
Great, doing great.
We have a full field of people today. I love this. My screen is almost completely full, so that's awesome. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and thank you to my co-hosts today, Ethan Donovan and Debbie Watson. Good to see you guys on together again. Great to see your guests today. Look forward to diving deeper into who they are, but what I'd like to do is kind of kick it over to you guys. Just introduce yourselves, and then I'd like you to introduce your guests. Debbie, we'll start with you first.
Okay. I am Debbie Watson. I am with Team Watson Redeemers, where we foster financial literacy. And today, my guest is Joe Lamb with Project Beauty and Leslie Lord with Carson's Crusaders Foundation. So we're really excited to have them on today and learn more about their businesses.
All right. Well, let's kick it over to them to introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Joe.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Lamb, and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Beauty, a local nonprofit right here in the DFW area.
Awesome. Looking forward to hearing more about that. And Leslie, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Leslie Lord. I'm the executive director for Carson's Crusaders Foundation, and it's a local nonprofit where we serve families that are battling childhood cancer here in the Metroplex.
Awesome. Look forward to hearing more about that. I know I've been involved in some events around Carson Crusaders. I've probably damaged a few trees at a golf course with one of your events.
We are happy you were there. We are happy.
I was happy to be there. I don't necessarily think I played golf very well, but it was a fun event.
It was
all
terrible.
Right, Ethan, go for it, my man.
Absolutely. My name's Ethan Donovan. I'm the CEO of Donovan Creative Agency. We do social media marketing, graphic design, video editing, and videography. And today I brought on with me Kevin Westerfield with the Texas Legends. who plays side by side with one of our partners, the Frisco Fighters.
Awesome. Tell us about yourself, Mr. Westfield. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you, my friend. And I like that Cubs jersey you got on. You know, I'm a South Sider, though. I'm really more with the Chicago White Sox, but that's all right. I'm gonna.
Okay.
We'll both piss off the rest of the Texas Ranger fans, but anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I am the Senior Director of Business Development with the Texas Legends. And so we are your local NBA G League franchise team. We play right here at Comerica Stadium, of course, with the Flyers. And so we are a community-minded organization. We're a little bit different animal than the Mavericks. I mean, we are committed to our community, giving back, and providing an experience that is family-friendly.
Amen to that. And you guys do a great job of it. You have a huge networking component to your guys' operation over there. You do a really great job in pulling the local business community together. So, we'll hear a little bit more about that later. But now kudos to you guys for doing a great job with that. And then finally, I want to introduce a couple of our sponsors, the Frisco Fighters, a couple of representatives from the team. We've got actual players on this week. It's great to see you guys at least sitting upright after that hard-fought game last Friday. The opener was last Friday. Absolute thriller. You guys came from, I can't remember how many, like at least 2 touchdowns behind, and overtime and pulled out the W. So say hello, gentlemen. Tell us who you are, and then after the commercial break, we'll get into the next Fighters game coming up tomorrow. But tell everybody who you are.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. My name is Roy C. I played linebacker for Frisco Fighters, number 24. I'm from Houston, Texas, and this is my second year on the team.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I'm Cole Blackman. This is also my second year on the team. I'm a wide receiver out here, number 10. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, so a long way from home, but I'm loving it out here in Frisco for sure.
Well, hopefully you can call Frisco home for at least 2 years now, it sounds like. And
For sure. I'm here. I love
it. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys. Like I said, we'll get a little bit deeper into what's going on with the Fighters after the commercial break. With that being said, let's jump onto that commercial break. We'll be back on the backside with What's Up Frisco, and we'll talk more to the Frisco Fighters.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
There it is. What's up, Frisco? And we know what's up. It started last Friday. The Frisco Fighters got their first W. So, station sponsor, Coach Coles, is one of our co-hosts. He couldn't join us last week in person because of the opener. He was a little bit busy, but as we know, the Frisco Fighters kicked off last Friday. You guys have a game coming up tomorrow. Tell us about the game, where it is, what time, who your opponents are, and what Coach Coles is doing to kick you guys into shape.
Yeah, so we play the Duke City Gladiators tomorrow at 7:30. Be our second home game. Just building off of the momentum that we created the first week. Really close game last week, 31-25. Went down to the overtime. We ended up getting the win. But going into this week, we're able to do some good things, some things that we can clean up. And this team that's going to come in, they're going to play us hard. They got a lot of veterans. So we're really just building off of what we created this last week and bringing that into this week coming up. And it's also our Dallas Stars night. So that is our sponsor of the game. So they always bring a great environment, great for the fans, great engagement. So we're definitely looking forward for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Royce.
I was just answering the second part where you were saying what was Coach Cole's doing to prepare us. Yeah, he's definitely always busy. He's got a lot going on. But he definitely kind of talked to the offense mainly this week and just pulled us aside and let us know that, I mean, I came for the last 3 games last year. I was here, so I got to look at what full flowing Frisco offense looks like, and we put up a lot of points. So it just wasn't up to our standard that we're going to hold ourselves to. So we started the week off all week. We've been conditioning to start practice, and in the middle of practice, just randomly he'll tell us to get on the line. And I think it's just been a big thing for a lot of us to not look at that as punishment, look at it as we're trying to train to win games and be a big team in this league. So we all know we're trying to go after and go win a championship. So he's just trying to make sure that we're in the best possible position. So he's been doing a lot for us for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I know I talked to him after the game, and he was extremely excited. What his comments were. You guys, he pretty much echoed what you just said, is that, yeah, you're a young team. You got a lot of gelling to do, but he was proud of you guys for the heart that you guys showed coming back and then winning in overtime. So you can't teach heart. So that's awesome. I mean, that's good for you guys, and nothing but good things coming. So I welcome you guys to stick around if you're able to when we talk about the business topic of the month, which is it's business topic, but it certainly applies to sports, and that's team building and culture. Coach Coles is great at doing that. So I'd love to hear your guys' input if you're able to stick around. And so what we'll do right now is we've got the What's Up Frisco segment. Let's talk about the other things going on in Frisco as well. Debbie, I know you had a couple of things that you wanted to mention. I'll kick it over to you.
Yeah, so I have one personal one. Me and a lender and a mortgage lender and a Bethany Rollin is our realtor, and Reggie Rejersky is the lender, and myself. On April 23rd, we are going to have a first-time home buyer. So we're going to come together and be able to educate people, teach them about some of the financial concepts and how they can get there. That'll be at 1 o'clock, at Tinders in Frisco. So we'll be sharing that more. And then in February, we had a little contest between all of the co-hosts, and I won. Anytime there's a competition, I'm going to be competing, And so I was actually able to have the ability to donate a 4-day cruise to the charity that I chose. And actually, I picked Carson's Crusaders. So they're actually going to be able to use that donation as a raffle or silent auction coming up for their upcoming event that they have in April. So I'll let Leslie share about that. But I was just so excited that, I competed for it, and then I was able to donate to their cause. And I'm just super excited to have her on the show today.
Debbie, we are so grateful. I mean, for a small organization to be able to get some sort of donation to that degree. And what our event is that Debbie was able to do for us was on April 27th, we're going to host our first annual pickleball tournament. And I don't know if you guys watch Shrinking or anything like that, but one of the things they always say, it's the fastest growing sport in America. So we're holding this on April 27th at the McKinney Courts in McKinney. We're getting the indoor court, so therefore we won't have any concerns about weather for those of us that go and play in the golf tournament in November. It's always hit or miss on whatever that weather is going to be. So we thought we'd take the weather out of that whole equation. And we're really looking forward to it. It's all levels of play. It's still open if people want to go and play. It's very family friendly. It'll be fun. Anything from juniors all the way to men's, women's, and mixed, from beginners all the way to our great pickleball players. So, excuse me. So I'd love for you guys to join us and come see what we're all about. And spend a day on the courts, because we'll have an opportunity to win this raffle for this 4-day cruise. In addition to, we're having silent auction items, and we'll have food trucks and medals and games and prizes. It'll be a lot of fun. And you'll be helping about 116 families in the Metroplex getting their treatment for pediatric and childhood cancers.
Awesome. And I know you have one other thing. So I'm so excited that we have this show because we're all about the community difference. We're all about making a difference. So with the partnerships that we have, we'll be able to do this and help other charities. But we're just so glad that we were able to do that because that's what our whole focus is with this show. You did have one other thing coming in May that will benefit from this fundraiser, the family. So if you'll share that real quick and then we'll move on.
Yes, Carson's Crusaders loves the community difference because you guys have been very supportive in terms of spreading the word about our organization and what we're trying to accomplish. We're also, in addition to our pickleball tournament, which we're functioning that as a fundraiser, but one of the aspects of our foundation is we do transportation assistance, a lot of out-of-pocket expenses for these families. But then we also have a sibling superstar program. And this is the part that just gets you because a lot of organizations are very worthy and they're fantastic, but you actually get to meet these families and get to interact. And so on May 11th, which is Mother's Day weekend, we're going to be hosting with the Frisco Rough Riders, our families. They'll be able to spend the afternoon in the lazy river and play there. And then after that, they'll be in the pavilion. They'll get some first opportunities and some recognition and just a day of fun. And then we have them with the hotel right across the street. So we're really looking forward to that, to be able to just really spoil these kids and let the siblings know that, we understand the hardships that they're going through as well. And we certainly can relate because that was kind of how it was founded by Carson's family, that not only was Carson diagnosed with the cancer, liver cancer, he had an older sibling. And that was something that they tried everything they could to make sure that, his life continued and that, he had a good quality of life. But the reality is these are families in trauma. So to be able to sit back and be able to just play with these kids, send them gifts, and just have some wonderful family time with them, we'll be doing that. And that'll be May 11th.
Awesome.
Thanks.
That is awesome. And another example of one of the other community partners, and again, from a sporting aspect, the Frisco Rough Riders helping you guys out or partnering with you guys. I think that's fantastic. Just another example of one of the local organizations here partnering with you guys. So kudos to you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, wonderful. They're wonderful. Thank you.
All right, Ethan, I'm going to turn it over to you. What you got for What's Up Frisco?
Absolutely. So overall, I just love how there's always something to do in Frisco. I just feel like every time the segment pops up, there's at least like 3 or 4 things to do within the next month or so. But for me, I got two events going on. On May 6th, you had the Frisco School Board early voting for places 4th and 5th. And then on April 19th, you also have Chef Nick and Co.'s Cookout, which is something I'll be going to. There's also going to be featuring a lot of other Frisco companies, such as Ernest B's Barbecue, Batch Bakery, and Lone Star Roots. So a lot of local support around that one big cookout, and it's just going to be a great time. And also, if you're over 21, there's 1 or 2 free drinks.
And I'm sure multiple more for purchase purposes.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ethan. I appreciate you sharing that. What I did want to do before we wrap this segment, and then I'll open it up to if anybody else has anything they want to share. But Joe, I know you had a question regarding the silent auction around the Carson Crusaders event with the pickleball. Do you guys, Leslie, do you guys have any more availability to take on donations for the silent auction?
I will have availability until 20 minutes before if I have to. We are grateful for everything and anything. And we would be very grateful. All you have to do is reach out to me or go to our website and there's contact forms in there, anything you want to do. And I'll be happy to drive out there and collect it from you or anything you need me to do.
Great. We'll be happy to donate some facials for your silent auction.
Oh, thank you. Oh, those go great in silent auctions.
Awesome.
Ethan, I might have to hold you back on the bidding on that one, but
I was about to say Brian gets one on every auction. I know he does.
Yeah, well, can't lie, it's true. All right. With that, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about? What's going on in Frisco, Mr. Westerfield? Oh yeah, go ahead, Royce.
Yeah, I'll throw something in there. Just with next month, we are. Frisco Fighters are starting their youth camp series. So we do like just a couple of different camps throughout the year just for the youth around here. and it's April 13th at Comerica Center. And you can register on FriscoFightersFootball.com. And I think that'll just be a great opportunity. I was at some of them last year. I know the kids had a lot of fun. And that's really a big thing about the IFL and what we do. It's just afterwards, after each game, we have a 15-minute segment where we sign autographs for the kids and everything. And it really is awesome. Just like y'all are saying, like Frisco, there's so much to do, and it's a tight community. And I'm seeing a little bit of that, and it's definitely cool. So that's a good opportunity for any kids that want to grow with that. And then just yesterday we had Little Hearts of Hope. Little Hearts of Hope. We volunteered there. Probably about 15 of us. We packaged up some gifts for like siblings and family members who have somebody in their family that is undergoing cancer, and just basically it was just different resources for mental health and just how to cope with it. And that was really cool because we got to go out there. We were there. It was, I think, like a 2-hour thing we were supposed to be there for, but you know us, we're always trying to get efficiency. So we had 15 football players. We got it done in 30 minutes. So that was really cool. Yeah, she was like, all right, well.
I'll piggyback off of Cole. We got done 200 bags in like 30 minutes, and just understanding how we were impacting, those kids that are going through it. That's one thing for us is, we want to be able to impact the community, especially our camp that we have coming up. This is our chance to be able to give back. It's not only a football camp, but also a mentorship opportunity for us to engage with the family and kids that are, hoping to, take sports serious or just want to get an environment like that. So, that's something that I'm really pushing for so we can make an impact with that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, guys. And I tell you, part of this show is we interface with a lot of the local, sporting entities and things like that. And you guys all do a great job of integrating yourselves in the community. Mr. Westfield, you can talk about how the Legends do that. What I've seen with the Fighters, you guys are out there, and Coach Coles has said this on the show before, you guys are out there on a weekly basis doing something like you just did with the Little Hearts of Hope, that football camp. That's awesome. Super accessible. I mean, we were at the game last Friday. We all went down on the field. Heck, you guys were out there signing autographs. That was pretty awesome. We got pictures with Coach Coles, and we'll have to come find you guys after this one.
Yeah.
And I love that anybody can go down there. You go to the game,
it's a really cool experience. It was new for me for sure last year, and I look forward to it now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, hey, I'll leave it open. I'll ask one more time. Anybody else have anything on What's Up Frisco? I knew you'd have something, Mr. Westfield. What you got? You're on mute, though, my friend.
There we go. Here I am.
Good.
All right. Yeah, you know me. I got something. I've got about 3 things. Just yesterday, in addition to working with the Texas Legends, I have an organization called the Frisco Diversity Leadership Council. And it's designed to bring minority businesses, women-owned businesses, and nonprofits together so that they can get to know what each other do and then support themselves and the businesses they love and our community. So that we just had one. We do it the last Tuesday of every month, and we had that actually on this past Tuesday, and we probably had about 100 or so folks up at the Wings Over Frisco, across from the new UNT campus. So I opened that up to everybody online and in the room, and that's going to be something that we do each and every month. On the last Tuesday of the month. As far as the Texas Legends, we are coming up to the close of our season. So this coming Saturday is our last home game, and we'll be playing the team, which I know you're not going to be able to see this, but we're playing the Maine Celtics, and they are coming into town, and we actually have a game tonight in Oklahoma City. So if we win the Oklahoma City game and this Maine game, then we should be in the playoffs. So it's going to be a pretty exciting environment on this coming Saturday. Anybody want to come and attend that game, please reach out to me. And finally, I guess the last piece about the game on Saturday, getting back to the community impact and the community reach out, we're going to be something special about the Legends. We don't have a home uniform. So for every single game, there is a uniquely designed custom jersey really a custom uniform made for the team.
I
And
just
this,
wondered about that.
yeah. And so we're going to have United Healthcare partnering with, let me look at here, the Pediatric Champions for Children's Cancer. So that's going to, yep. And so we're going to be, I saw that synergy there. So we'll be doing that this coming Saturday. And again, anybody who wants to come and attend that, we'll be doing a little ceremony pre-game and at halftime to go ahead and recognize and try to support pediatric cancer.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. And you guys do such a great job with that. I was there, a couple weeks ago, I think it was. And that uniform, you highlighted, it was different. You highlighted local Dallas basketball, like when they played high school ball in the Dallas area. And it wasn't just the Legends, it was with the opponents as well.
That's right.
It wasn't on the actual uniforms. I think it was on the T-shirts that you guys were giving out to the crowd, like throwing out to the crowd and whatnot.
That's right.
I thought that was super cool, right? Like if you played, there were 4 or 5 players on that T-shirt, and if you played locally, you were on that T-shirt, whether you were on the Legends or the opponent. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained that, Kevin, because I was there at the game on Sunday, and then the grandkids that were with me, they were there on Saturday with their parents, and it was like totally different. So now that answers that dilemma. I was like, why is it blue? And now they're in these weird yellow outfits. So thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, it's and then what we do is at the end of the game, we'll go ahead and collect all those uniforms, and then we do an auction, and all the proceeds raised in those auctions from those those uniforms go right back to those charities as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, there you go. Now you have a double header to attend. Friday, hit the Frisco Fighters game, and then Saturday, hit the Legends game, final game of the season. Same place, right? It's at Comerica
Same
Center.
place.
You don't even have to go very far.
7:30 p.m.
There you go. 7:30 for both games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Kevin. Like I said, you guys do a great job in the community, and that's just, another example of doing good things and great organization doing great things. So thank you for that. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go. I'll give you one more chance. Going once, going twice.
Oh.
All right. So hold on. What's up, Frisco?
I'm going to throw this one out there.
I knew
One of our board members with the Frisco Diversity Leadership Council, his name is Lucas Payne, and he is actually producing and what do you want to say? He's the promoter for a Cinco de Mayo event that's going to be happening in Frisco. Sunday is called Tacos and Tequila, and it's going to be at the Rough Rider Stadium. And look, I don't know anything about the players over there with the Flyers. You all may be able to help me with 2 Chainz and some of these other folks that are going to be over there at this event. But it's going to be a happening thing. They're expecting about 6,000 people to come to Frisco and have a great time with tacos, tequila, and music.
I mean, who could ask for anything more? Here's my arm twisted.
When did you say this is?
It's on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, Sunday.
Okay, we have a bye week after this, so okay.
Right.
It's not too bad.
It's like sign me up, sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
Rough Rider Stadium.
You had Cole and Roy said hello, so they'll be there.
It's been a long camp.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm going to cut you off, Kevin, because I think we're out of time for the What's Up Frisco segment. If there's anything else, hit us up, and we'll make sure to get it on the next show.
That's enough.
See you. All right, awesome. Well, what we typically do, I think we've got time before the commercial break. I don't know. You can yell at me in the background, Lennon, if we need to cut to commercial. But
let's go commercial first. All
right, fine.
Go ahead and tease. We'll go to commercial.
All right, very good. So what we'll do on the back side of the commercial, we'll get it a little bit more into all the folks that are on the screen today. That's what we love to do, is put the spotlight on you guys, let you tell your story. What inspired you to do what you're doing today? How did you get there? Usually we all have a cool winding road as to how we got to what we're doing today. So we want to hear that story, and we want you to share it. We'll also a little bit later in the show talk about, the business topic of the month, and that is, establishing and fostering a culture, building a team in a local environment. So I want to get all your guys' input on that. But first and foremost, we got to give a little love to our sponsors. So we're going to do that right now, and then we'll be back to hit on all those other things.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
The Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I love seeing how many we have, and it's building on the weekly basis, so great to see all our sponsors there. All right, as I teased out before the break, what I would like to do is just kind of learn more about who our guests are, and specifically today. And we typically go ladies first, and we have the two ladies on the screen right now, so we'll start with them. So let's start with Joe, since you were supposed to be up last week, and due to technical difficulties, we couldn't have you on the show. So I'm glad you were able to join us today, especially with the topic that we're talking about today, and a fellow nonprofit guest on the show. So tell us a little bit more about Joe Lamb, and tell us about how you got to be where you're at today.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I'm super glad to be back with no technical difficulties. And honestly, to be on a show with another nonprofit, I love that we're doing such amazing things in this community together. So I'm Joe, and let me just start with the mission of Project Beauty. So Project Beauty is a nonprofit dedicated to helping survivors heal and thrive through transformative beauty and self-care programs. So we focus on helping survivors of trauma, like those of domestic violence, sex trafficking, and homelessness. And what we do is that we provide programs that restore self-confidence, self-esteem, and personal wellness. We currently serve 11 shelters across DFW. So when you think of someone who's living in a shelter, you're not thinking about how that person is getting self-care, right? Even though women and children are living there, women are expected to go on job interviews, right? Still take care of their well-being, but the tools are not there. And as a survivor myself, who actually walked through the journey of domestic violence and sex trafficking, I know firsthand how difficult that is. So when I was living at the shelter, I saw a gap in that space. And when I got back on my feet, I felt compelled to make a difference.
Wow. So you walked that road previously in your life. That's amazing. I love the fact that you saw a way to give back. That is truly amazing. So thank you for sharing that journey.
Thank you. I truly believe that every experience really sets us up for our purpose. So my motto is that our pain is never in vain. It just serves as a stepping stone to what God calls us to do. So.
Okay, our pain is never in vain. We
That's
may
beautiful.
have to.
That is beautiful.
That really is.
She's a beautiful woman inside and out. I will tell you. We've had many conversations, so she is remarkable.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
Yeah, and that I mean, this is why we have these discussions on the show and learn more about you and your organization, obviously, but to know the story behind it. I mean, that is it right there. So I really appreciate you sharing that background, because that's it right there.
Most people don't look at me and expect that I've been through such dark things,
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the more powerful tools, right? Like when I walk into a shelter, because I'm a working founder, I'm at every event. When I walk into a shelter and women look at me, they don't think that I'm a survivor, right? And it's hard to open up when you've been betrayed and hurt, right? So by me being there and sharing that I am a survivor and I live once where you are, it really gives them hope to see that there is light on the other side. So I really think that we're doing very powerful work. And I just want to plug in that we just won the title Social Innovator of the Year from United Way Dallas last Wednesday. So
congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's been a hard journey, right? I mean, building any startup is difficult. But when you're in a nonprofit space and you literally have to fundraise everything, it's even a more difficult road. And let me just share that as a POC, that road is even more difficult. So the statistics for a woman of color, to lead a nonprofit organization is that even though we are 46% of the population, we actually get 10% of the funding out there for grants. So when I won that title, it's not only a victory for me and my organization, for every woman of color out there leading organization and has a vision and dream to make an impact. So it's very important that we highlight that.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, that is awesome. So congratulations to you. And I mean, a testament to show how far you've come in life. And I mean, sky's the limit, right?
Yes.
Love that attitude. Awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that background and appreciate the work that you're doing in the shelters and sounds like with a much larger, wider group if you got recognized by United Way. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of media attention now. So I'm like, we're not famous yet, but we're getting there. We're coming on up.
I mean, you're on the difference. How much more famous?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Well, you got to start somewhere, and if it happens to be on the differences, that's your launching point for fame and fortune, then bring it on. Bring it on.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and we'll get back into it a little bit more when we talk about culture, because I want to understand the culture of your guys' organization, because it sounds fantastic. But so we'll come back to that. But let's let Leslie. Why don't you tell us about what inspired you specifically to really do what you're doing with Carson's Crusaders, and how did you touched on it a little bit earlier, but tell us a little bit more about Carson's Crusaders.
Well, I say this, and Joe, your story was beautiful. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So Carson's Crusaders started about 13 years ago, and it's just this little boy that was an Allen, 3.5 years old. He was diagnosed with advanced stage liver cancer. His parents, are very recognizable in Allen and in the area, and they fought everything they could for this little boy, from clinical trials to even taking him out of the country at different times. And after about 3.5 years, he succumbed to this cancer. But this little boy, he made an impact on people that were around him, and he's just the sweetest, kindest little boy. And I always tell people that this is honestly the sweetest charity I have just ever had the honor of being a part of. And what we do, let me back up just a little bit. After Carson had passed, Carson had an older brother, and the family, the parents and the grandparents are trying to figure out how that they can, give back and actually just where to put this trauma and this grief. And, for anybody that's dealt with any, severe trauma, it's a hurdle to get over. And so to be able to, package that and to be able to give back to other people. And that's what this family has done. So they created this foundation to be able to let people know in adult oncology, but in children's pediatrics, they're getting treatment, especially if it's radiation, 5 days a week. And then, then you've got your cycles of chemo. And of course, it's all dependent on the staging and the kind of cancers, but they're spending a great deal of time at these hospitals. And so that out-of-pocket expenses are covered. So one part of the foundation was, okay, we're going to start providing transportation assistance, gas cards, funding this. Another part about people don't realize is just going to treatment. You're having to pay for parking at these hospitals. And considering more than 50% of our families are making less than $30,000 a year, and you're having to pay this, these out-of-pocket expenses are very difficult. And then they were sitting down with Carson's older brother when they were forming this and letting them know what they were going to do in his brother's honor. They came back and they were like, what would you like to do? And he was like, I'd like something where, the brothers and sisters get to see it, so we created Sibling Superstars as a component of that. And so what we do is every month or every quarter, we're sending out gift packages and just some ways to be able to just kind of lighten their load a little bit. And then a couple of times a year, whether it's Great Wolf Lodge or we're doing Hawaiian Falls or some sort of weekend that we're pulled together a couple of times a year so that the families can go out and not have to worry about the expense of it. And we just honor and spoil them and just do a lot of fun. So that's why this organization, I think, is so special, because one, you actually get to see where those dollars are going. You see the families that are dealing with this right now, and then we don't turn anyone down. We don't have to make anyone prove they need financial assistance. If you have a child with cancer, then you qualify, and it's all run through the participating hospitals, the affiliated hospitals in this area. And how I stumbled across them, my entire career prior to Carson's was in adult oncology. And so funding for that, because you have such huge budgets, marketing budgets from pharmaceutical companies, I had no problem funding symposias and different pathway initiatives and all this. But when I started to look into pediatrics, because it hit me close too, as well as we all have, people in our family that have been impacted sadly by cancer, that I was seeing that only 4% of the dollars that were being allocated to patients in the cancer community went to research everything, went to pediatrics. And to me, how we treat our elderly and how we treat our children really define us as a society. And so to see how little funding was going there and how much these foundations have to just beg, borrow, and steal for every single dollar that goes back to these. I was able to find Carson's Crusaders about 3.5 years ago, and since then, it changes the trajectory of your life when you see what these families are struggling with and what they're doing. And I'm sure you're seeing this, Joe, but I'm so fortunate to be able to work in a job where you see the best in people every single day. And so I love this foundation and I love what they do. And I'm just so grateful that you guys are highlighting us. And thank you, Debbie, for bringing us in too.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, and you know, we all have different jobs, right? Different day jobs, and we've all had different jobs in our career. What I love hearing is the reward that you guys get in your quote unquote jobs, right? So you guys are working your butts off for nonprofit organizations. You get to see truly the smiles on faces that you guys put. You know, I own a property management business. I'm usually playing referee between two parties that aren't happy with each other. So I get the opposite, but it's great to see, you know, folks like yourself that while it is a grind, and Joe, you mentioned it, it's very difficult to raise funds when you're, you know, when you're not, and Leslie, you said it too, when you're not a big corporation and you don't have the reach. So anything that we can do to help further that cause, we're more than happy to do as part of the community difference and the difference in general, right? So we love days like this where we have multiple nonprofits on. So thank you for sharing your stories. Kevin, I know you mentioned here in the comments, and you mentioned earlier the Jersey Nights thing that you guys do with the Legends. Any nonprofits? Why don't you tell people how to anybody involved with the nonprofit how to get involved with the Jersey Nights with the Legends?
Well, typically, the nonprofits, if you have major sponsors that you're working with, then we kind of do a deal where we kind of work with both the nonprofit and the sponsor, and then we kind of form a triad. And so we will provide resources, outreach, additional sponsors, and then we go ahead and make sure that we can kind of turn it into a fundraising opportunity. We'll provide banks of tickets to the nonprofits that they can go ahead and sell and distribute, where they can go ahead and get a percentage of the proceeds from those tickets. I talked a little bit about the jerseys and you know, following the games and being able to take those jerseys and be able to go ahead and have a fundraiser with those as well, to be able to go ahead and raise additional funds through those auctions. So that's kind of what we do. And at the same time, obviously, if we're averaging somewhere between, you know, 3,000 to 5,000 fans in the building, it's a chance to go ahead and get some amazing exposure as well. We'll bring in, we'll bring in, you know, some of our basketball dignitaries. It might be some, you know, ex players and folks in the community that have been established, and we'll do a photo op in our Choctaw Club, which is kind of the VIP club at the Texas Legends at the Comerica. And then we will also do there's a chance to bring the kids out for a pregame. So we have a group we call the Anthem Buddies. So it doesn't have to be kids. I mean, it could be adults, it could be adolescents. And so that's a chance for them to go ahead and get some photo opportunity pregame. And then then we'll also have a halftime presentation. And again, just give as many opportunities as we can in front of that crowd to go ahead and up on the big board and in all of our promotion materials that you're getting that word out about the nonprofits. So it's a chance for you to get some exposure, invite family, friends, and the whole 9 yards, and just have a celebration of those nonprofits that night. So that's how we kind of execute that. And like I said, you can reach out to me directly. I did in the chat, I did go ahead and put my email address. I was about to put my telephone number, but I know I might get a gazillion calls. So I did put my email. So please reach out. And like I said, we're preparing for 24-25 for the 24-25 season.
When does that start?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, the season runs from November until March, and so it will be November, and you know how fast November rolls around. So this is really a perfect opportunity to get involved now, because when the season ends, we just kind of shift into high gear on networking. and building relationships in the community. So what we're doing is we bring in the Baylor Scott and Whites, the SMUs, the United Healthcares. Those folks are coming to those networking events. They're trying to build their presence in the community, and it's a chance for our small, mid-sized businesses and nonprofits to begin interacting, one-on-one with some of the CEOs, get some additional coaching and leadership in some of the sessions that we have for the breakfast and the luncheons. So it's a great time to go ahead and get involved now before we get to November, build those relationships, identify sponsors and opportunities, and that's how we kind of put it all together. So it starts. We do a breakfast, a lunch, and a happy hour each and every month.
Oh, wow.
And so it gives you some flexibility. And, some people aren't just breakfast people. They can't go to the chamber meetings at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning,
Right.
but they might be able to do a luncheon. They might be able to do a happy hour in the evenings. Some people have kids, it might be the position, but we try to keep it flexible so everybody can be involved.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I'll say firsthand, those events are all very well attended. You guys do a great job with those.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Kevin, I guess this is your opportunity to talk about how you came to the Legends. I mean, I can speak personally. I know we met, years ago through the Frisco Chamber when you were over there. So tell the audience, and we share a bit of Chicago background as well. Tell the audience about Mr. Westerfield.
Well, I'm kind of ancient in years, so it could be a long story. I'll try to keep it brief, but you have to promise to stop me if I get too wordy. You can tell I like to talk.
I'll do one of these.
Yeah, just give me the hook. But look, I was born in Chicago. I was so blessed. My mom and dad, they were just hardworking people. My dad was a bricklayer. My mom was a teacher. And, they just plowed everything into our education. I didn't even understand it at the time. I'm not really, I just knew that I grew up on the South Side. I'm hanging out with all my buddies, and she's sending me these prep schools and stuff, right? I'm like, wow, I did not want to be there. But I'm going to school with all these kids, and so it just had an effect on me because I'm in a school with all kind of cultures, all kind of people, all folks from everywhere, and so I did enjoy that. But going through second grade through high school, then I go to I worked at a pharmacy my whole time in school, and the guy who ran the pharmacy was a Black-owned business on the South Side of Chicago. He was the alumni president at Xavier University in New Orleans. Sends me, he's like, "What you want to do, Kevin?" I had no idea. I worked in a pharmacy. I said, "Pharmacy school sounds good to me." That's how my career in education at least started. Go from Xavier to New Orleans, down in New Orleans. I wasn't ready. I wasn't focused. I was, just being a kid and enjoying myself, not really focused on my books. And they told me I had to sit out a semester. Oh my God. I'm devastated. I got to go tell my mom that I done got kicked out of school. And I get home. She's like, "Well, I'm not sure what you're going to do, but you can't stay here." I'm like, "What?" Wake up call, right?
Hard lesson.
Sisters are crying. "Oh, Kevin's gonna be a bum." Blah 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 blah. Next thing I know, I'm in. She's like, "Go meet this guy. He's sending kids to college." And so I go to meet this guy. He looks at me. He's like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I was in engineering school." I said, "I used to throw parties. I was a promoter. I did a lot of that kind of stuff in high school, in addition to working at the pharmacy." He looks at me and he says, he had a whole wall full of yearbooks and for colleges. He said, "You look like an engineer. You go into Prairie View." And that's how I got to Texas.
Nice.
And so that literally, I had no direction, no focus. He's like, you look like an engineer. And I go to Prairie View A&M and got my electrical engineering degree. Graduated there, went to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, got a job with Procter & Gamble. So I did the whole corporate thing. I was still a rebel. I was still, kind of half wild. I still hadn't calmed all the way down. I was smart, though, so I got the degree. And I'm working with this big company that everybody was just dying to get to. And, I didn't have the best grades, but I could run my mouth. And so lady was like, I'm not really sure exactly why I'm going to do this, but that's how I got to Procter & Gamble, right? So from there to Dreypers Corporation in Houston doing diaper manufacturing, process engineering, project management. I get to, they closed that plant down. I go to Memphis, Tennessee, doing packaging, and my Memphis experience where I'm doing project engineering, project management. They needed somebody to manage our biggest account, which was Frito-Lay. Well, that was in Plano, Texas. So I moved to Texas.
Bit about that company.
You know about that. So that's how I get there. I guess what I'm trying to tell you is I've just had a long and winding road of different experiences, from pharmacy to engineering to packaging to sales and account management. And look, I'm still making bad decisions, but God is blessing me every which way. And so then I got to a point where I made some truly bad decisions that affected my wife, my family, and it was tough. At that point, now I'm having to start from scratch all over again. I'm doing door-to-door sales with TXU and Reliant Energy. I'm doing merchant services. I'm doing, oh my God, I'm doing physician recruiting. I've done so many different things, real estate and mortgage. I'm doing all these things, and I'm asking God, I'm like, what is going on? I'm always a hustler. I'm going to work. So I had all these different experiences, and I'm like, I just need a rest because I'm running myself into the ground. I'm not really making all that much money. And I'm working for the Dallas Cowboys now. I'm out in Toyota Stadium doing concessions, working with nonprofits in the concessions arena, right? Mm-hmm. And from there, I'm doing tours at the Star, touring people around Jerry World. And they said, well, Kevin, we got a new opening in the Cowboys Club. And this is big exclusive club with Jerry and all his executives and all these people there. I'm meeting all these people. And my personality already, y'all can tell the way I'm talking, right? So it's like, I'm meeting the mayor, I'm meeting senators, I'm meeting his business partners, I'm meeting Brian Poduskas, I'm meeting everybody. I'm getting to meet their parents, their families, their kids. I'm like, this ain't gonna go well because the lady who was the general manager of this Texas, she's hiring high-end people doing all this stuff, but people are coming to the club and they're asking, oh, let me introduce you to Kevin. He runs the place. I'm like, dude, I am a receptionist in this club. I'm not running anything. I'm like, she's going to end up firing me. And so because they're coming to me. And I end up going to the Frisco Chamber of Commerce. I just put in an application. Well, Mr. Westerfield, I'm so sorry. We got about 200 applications and, we aren't accepting anymore. We appreciate your interest. I made a couple of calls to a few people at that club I was working at who had connections. Kevin, you go put it back in there. I'm about to make a call. I'm about to send an email. I'm about to do this. That's how I got to the Frisco Chamber of Commerce. You probably didn't know that, Brian.
Well,
but
I didn't know that up front, but just like we talk about on the show, right? Relationships make opportunities. So
yeah.
We're all about being relational and not transactional, and you definitely build and foster those relationships. Good things will come, and I think it was Joe who said, your pain was not in vain when you went through the hard times, right?
Hey,
so
that's when I realized what my gift was. After, because I've told you, I've been asking, why am I having to go through all this? But all those experiences, getting the chance, TXU and Reliant, I'm knocking on doors, people slamming doors in my face, hanging up on me. One lady sicked the dog on me one time, right? I'm like holding the door so the dog can't get out. The husband walks out and he's just busting up laughing. He's like, yeah, she sicks them on me too. And I closed the deal, right? So it's like, so those experiences, though, taught me how to do it really, really quick. and built relationships. And it parlayed into me being quite successful at the Frisco Chamber of Commerce. And then I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing there with the Texas Legends. And look, here's my secret and my formula. Building relationships with the minority businesses, the women-owned businesses, and the nonprofits. I knew the rest of them would come.
Yeah.
And so when and then what it did was it built community. It brought people together. It took away some of the fear that folks had around dealing with different cultures. And we were in the perfect place in Frisco, Texas, because everybody was coming here, and everybody is still coming here. Yep. And so when I started the Frisco Diversity Leadership Council, because the chamber wasn't really super supportive of that idea when I first suggested it, I started it myself, and we've been able to fill a vacuum that is still being, it's still growing at an exponential, rate, that group. That's awesome. So, there are so many people that want to see us come together as a community. And in spite of all the bad press and everything that we hear every day on the news and the politics and all that. But let me shut up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I appreciate all your background, man, and I think you're exactly right. You summed it up very well in that Frisco is a diverse community. There's no question about that. And what you've done with the Diversity Leadership Council and what the Legends are doing and bringing together all the businesses is exactly what we're trying to do here on the Community Difference. So, I applaud what you do personally, what the Legends do, and then, everybody else on the show. This is exactly what it's all about. So a long-winded way of bringing us to exactly where we needed to be, Mr. Westerfield.
That's what I do.
You are good at that, my friend. But no, so thank you for sharing the background. Always good to know, Kevin. Every time you come on, I learn something new about you. So, thanks for sharing. All right, with that, guys, we do have a break we've got to take. So let's do that. We'll come back. If we have time, well, we've got time for enough to dive into our team and culture building. So we're going to do that real quick after the break, as well as our rapid fire. We're going to go rapid, and I'm going to hit you with some good questions. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency; Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage; Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking; Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
All right, welcome back. It looks like we're going straight to rapid fire. So that's cool. What I did want to say, you saw Chance Post there. He's one of our co-hosts. He's out at the, with the baseball team. He's out at opening day right now. We were going to try to get him piped in, but it was going to be a little difficult. So hopefully he's out there supporting my Cubbies. Bringing
on a
Cubby win. All right. With that being said, we're just gonna hit the rapid fire segment. Did we lose Kevin? I don't see him anymore. Leslie, it looks like we lost you and you're back, so that's good to see. So
we're trading them out. We're just trading them out.
All right, fair enough. I was looking forward to some of his answers because he always comes up with good ones. All right, so what the segment is, guys, is we go around the horn and I'm going to ask you a question, right? And it's, if it's off the wall, we may dive a little bit deeper. All right, Mr. Westfield, you're back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So we're doing rapid fire right now. I'm going to go around the horn and ask you guys a question. You're going to answer the question, then we'll go on to the next one. I may stop and dive a little bit deeper if you have an off-the-wall question that we need to go deeper on. So first question, since we are opening day of the MLB baseball season, And since we have two sports folks, the Frisco Fighters, football, Legends, basketball. So if you were a pro sports athlete and you have the choice of being baseball player, football player, basketball player, what's it gonna be? Ethan, I know you're a hockey player, so you don't have that choice. I'm going to start with you on this one because you can't be a hockey player. If it's those three sports, what's it going to be?
I have to go football, even though they're in the Stars Center. I definitely have to go football with the Fighters. I was a big football fan, and I still am, but I played football growing up, so it'd be football.
All right, football. Joe, what would you do?
I would say baseball.
Like it. Debbie?
If I was playing it, it would be, softball, baseball, if I was playing. So, yeah.
Yep. All right, baseball. Leslie?
Baseball. All
baseball? Okay, baseball. Kevin?
Basketball is my heart, but
not hearing it.
but baseball and guaranteed contracts and big money.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I was truly a pro athlete and I had to worry about my long-term future, I think I'd go baseball, which was my first love. But once I played basketball, I was hooked. So I love
basketball. I played basketball, but you've seen me, Brian. So I don't know how far I would have gotten at 5 foot.
Yeah, you're pretty much relegated to point guard status as far as positions go.
Spud Webb.
Yeah.
Yep, true. I would say contracts for all three sports are pretty good, but basketball is right behind baseball. They've got some pretty good contract structures as well. So I'm going basketball. Landon, I think I know the answer to the question for you, but go ahead and tell me.
Basketball.
Really?
That would have been basketball. Yep. I love basketball. I sucked at it. I played in intramurals in college, and I was really good on defense, and I was really good at rebounding. At 5'9", I could dunk the ball. My problem was I couldn't shoot and I couldn't dribble. So I could rebound and pass, or I could steal the ball, and if I could get to the basket and make a layup, they would let me shoot. I was in trouble.
All right. Well, you surprised me, but actually, I remember you telling me about your love for basketball. So the more that I thought about it, it didn't surprise me. I thought for sure you'd say football because you were already a semi-pro football player. But
yeah, I had my fill of football, buddy. I love it, but I guess it was just always that sport I couldn't do that I wanted to do more. So,
all right. Next question. Since, like I said, opening night, we got a baseball game. What is your favorite snack for a baseball game? You got a lot of time to sit there and eat a snack. What's your favorite one? Debbie, we'll start with you.
Hot dog all the way.
Hot dog it is. Joe?
Nachos with extra jalapenos.
Good call. Love it. Love it. Ethan?
Hot dogs. Absolutely.
Hot dog.
Yep.
Leslie?
Hot dog and a beer.
All right. Can't go wrong with that.
That's right.
Kevin?
Popcorn. I'm a fanatic. Movies, anything. If I got popcorn, I'm good. I can watch anything.
All right. Well, I'm going to go traditional, like the song says, peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Well, that's old school.
Landon?
2 hot dogs and 2 beers.
I'm sitting with Landon.
Sounding good right now.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. Next question. We're going to go more for recreation, beach or mountain. Debbie?
Beach all the way. I lived in the mountains. I love them, but beach all the way.
All right. Joe?
Beach, 100%.
Ethan?
Probably beach. Definitely.
Okay. Yep. Leslie?
I love the mountains, but I'm in the beach. Beach.
Wow, we've got a resounding favorability for the beach here. Kevin?
Beach all the way.
Dang. All right. Well, I'm going mountains.
You are from Chicago, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly why he should be beach.
There is a beach in Chicago. It's on Lake Michigan, but not the most beautiful beach. But beggars can't be choosers. Okay, let's see. Final question, and then we'll go around the horn and make sure everybody knows who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. So, final question. And we asked this in the group yesterday, Debbie, or 2 days ago. If you were to be rescued by a superhero of your choice, who would it be? And we'll go reverse order this time. Kevin, who would your superhero be?
I have no idea. Superhero that I have to get rescued.
Yep.
Uh,
You're dying. You're in a burning building, and you need a superhero to come pull you out of there. Who's it
it's
going
got to be. It's got to be. Well, I guess I could say the Black Panther or Superman. One of those two.
All right. Cool. I like it. Leslie, who would that be for you?
Captain America, please. Captain America.
I like it.
Did I say that again? Yeah.
I'll say it for you. Captain America. That was my favorite Avenger. So Captain America.
Thank you.
Yep.
For different reasons, I'm sure. Joe, who would yours be?
I'm torn between Batman and Superman.
You can have
Batman
both.
has all the toys,
Yeah.
But
You could probably
Superman
have
is
both.
right there. So
We'll let you have both.
yeah. Okay, good.
Debbie, what about you?
Thor all the way. And I'm thinking of the actual actor, you got to get the actual actor. Come on. That's the superhero.
Yeah.
That's a good choice, Debbie. That's a very good choice.
Yes. Yeah. That was kind of the theme in our Tuesday. Yeah. It was kind of, and everyone else picked it. So I was like, okay, I get to pick it this time.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one of the Helmsworth brothers was that?
Yeah, exactly.
All of it. Yeah.
All right. Well, since you've already said it depends on the actor or actress, Captain Marvel, I can't go wrong with there. So I'll have Captain Marvel save me.
All right, Brian. Here's mine. If I have to have mouth to mouth, I want it to be Wonder Woman. But
but which one?
for the cool, the original, not the last.
Yes, I figured that.
Linda
one.
Carter. So you want
Yeah,
Linda
but-
Carter, not
Right.
Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
Right. So, but for the cool factor, it'd be Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that last part.
I said for the cool factor, it would be being rescued by Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Iron Man, yeah.
For sure. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, it'd be
point.
cool to hang out with Iron Man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
Tony
I think it was
Stark.
Iron Man 2 or 3 where he had extra suits, right? Like,
Yeah.
how cool would it be to tool around in one of those? That'd be pretty cool.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, that'll put a bow on our rapid fire segment. So I want to go around the horn, make sure that everybody knows who you are, what you do, how to get a hold of you, especially, our nonprofits on today. So, let's start, ladies first, with our nonprofits. Let's start with you, Joe, up in the right-hand corner. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, how to get a hold of you guys.
Yes, so I'm Joe Lamb, founder and CEO of Project Beauty, and you can support our nonprofit by going to www.theprojectbeauty.org. We are currently looking for sponsors for our Mother's Day giveaway, so hit us up.
Thank you. Leslie.
And I'm Leslie Lord with Carson's Crusaders Foundation. You can find us on the web at www.carsonscrusaders.org or on Facebook at Facebook//Carson's Crusaders.
Awesome. Thank you, Leslie. Kevin.
Kevin Westerfield, Director of Sales with the Texas Legends. You can reach me at 214-450-4203 or at kwesterfield at TEX Legends with a S.com.
Thank you, sir. Debbie, you're up.
Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers, where we strive to empower individuals by addressing the issues of financial illiteracy cancer that we have today while fostering financial literacy. So you can reach me at 214-801-7481 or Debbie Watson at Primerica.com.
Thank you, Debbie. Ethan.
Ethan Donovan, CEO of Donovan Creative Agency. You can reach me at www.donovancreativeagency.com or 469-247-6522.
All right. Thank you, sir. And I am Brian Poduska, the host of Real Talk, or no, I'm sorry, not Real Talk. That was my old show. How about Community Difference Frisco Show? I can be reached through our website, www.realpmfocus.com or 469-820-0088. I want to say thank you to everybody on the show today. I appreciate your guys' time, your stories, really heartfelt stories today. Love hearing that and sharing that out with our community. That's what we're all about. So thank you all very, very much. Enjoy opening day today, opening night. Go Cubs. I'll also say go Rangers.
Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers.
I am also rooting for the Rangers when they're not playing the Cubs. They're my American League team. But tonight it's go Cubs. Have a happy and safe weekend. We will see you next week, same time. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching today's show. The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by
Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, Head Coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team.